What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to be something a little different than normal. So it's been really bad weather lately. It's been windy and cold, and it's basically hovered right around 32, 34 degrees. So I haven't really had a chance to work on much, but I did make some junk art, and though it's cool, it's about to be a whole lot cooler. So what I did is I took and made a key holder for my kitchen, and it's super cool, but today it's about to be a whole lot cooler. As you can see behind me, I'm not outside today. This is actually in the basement of my house. This is where I have to do pinstriping today. Because, you know, obviously I can't go outside because it's cold and windy and my paint won't cure outside. So let's get started, shall we? So this is the original valve cover off of the Cadillac, obviously. And I took 7 of the original spark plugs out of it. And I kind of just, you know, mounted them to some bolts. So like I said, it's super cool. It needs a little bit more. So what I'm going to do first is I have to take all the spark plugs back out of it. And I picked the colors. I think I'm going to do a sublime green and a battleship gray. What I'm going to do first is set you up on a time lapse, and I'll fill in all the lettering because nobody really likes watching somebody just drop paint in stamped lettering. And then I'll bring you back to a real time to do all the cool, pretty stuff, the line work, the exciting stuff that people actually enjoy seeing and want to learn how to do and want to watch other people do and stuff like that. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get the spark plugs out of it and get going. This is going to look good. You guys ready to see these colors together? That is a very loud green. A very muted gray. I think these two together on that just jet black. So there you have it. That is the rough draft or roughed in lettering. Once this paint cures a little bit more, I'll actually come through and clean up all these edges. I had to switch brushes after the first letter or two because the lettering brush wouldn't perform like it's supposed to. So I switched to a traditional liner and it works so much better. So we're going to give this a little bit of time to cure. I'm going to go eat and then we'll come back to this. I probably should have made a video of making this actual key hanger, but I didn't really think about it because it wasn't a hard project to do. All I did was took my grinder and cut all the tabs off that mounted like the spark plug looms and the PCV valve and stupid stuff like that. Sanded it smooth, sprayed some paint stripper on it, let it sit, scraped it. I painted it once, really, really pretty vintage turquoise color. But I don't know what happened to my paint. It cracked up and it looked like shit. So I had to start all over again. And I decided on black the second time around. And then, you know, found center, drilled 7 holes, tack welded some bolts to some spark plugs. Like I said, probably should have made a video about it, but didn't really think about it at the time. Okay, we're back, guys. We're full of chicken tacos, and we're ready to do some line work. Not all of this is going to be in, I don't know what you'd call it, one-to-one time, real time, whatever. Some of it's going to be in one time. Some of it's going to be in time lapse. So let's get started. Now the lettering is done, and I don't actually know what kind of line work I'm going to do here. So all I did was find my center all the way around. And I've discovered over the years that this kind of thing works best when you don't really have a plan, you just kind of wing it. So that's exactly what we're about to do. Okay. And we're off to the races, so they say. Your hair's in order there, bud? Yeah, that is a very, very loud green. But I kind of dig it. This brush is just not happy today, apparently. Maybe it's just time to spell it out and use one of the brand new ones I've had sitting in my box for months. Obviously not right now, because we're kind of in the middle of some stuff here. It is not a good time there, fellas. top. And I did, obviously, the time lapse for this top piece up here, but I'm trying to keep the designs real simple and not busy this thing up. So now down here, where the actual key holder is going to go, I'm probably just going to do, you know, just like a line or two lines or something in between all these, because it's just going to have a bunch of keys hanging off of it. So this is going to be my focal point right here on the front. Alright guys, so the first color is done. I did basically all of it in time lapse. I didn't think it would be entertaining to just have a 25-minute video of me just slowly painting lines. Time lapse is much more enjoyable to watch, don't you think? Plus with the time lapse I can put music over it and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to give this about 10 minutes to set up. Then I have to soak my brush, change the color, and then I'll put you back into time lapse again, and I'll start on the gray. Hopefully this turns out as cool as I have it in my head. If it does, I'll hang it up in the house. If not, I'll just put it out in the garage and it can be a conversation piece. Let's get back to work. Alright guys, brush is clean. Well, it's time to start on the gray. Oh yeah. to just go ahead and stick you back on the time lapse and do some more. I was gonna edit out the part where I, dropped the brush and it made a big mess and I attempted to clean it up. But I'm not gonna do any of that shit because, this isn't supposed to be perfect, and hell, neither am I. Mistakes happen. I'll clean this up when it's completely dried and cured. Before I hang it up, I'll come through and clean all this excess paint off. For now, I'm just trying to get this all said and done for tonight so it can cure for tomorrow, and then I can hang it up. All right, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this key holder. I'll tell you, it turned out pretty damn good. Super cool idea. Great use of spare parts. I'm going to go ahead and let this just stay down here for the rest of the night. And I might get it hung up tomorrow. I might not, depending on the weather. If it's warm weather, I'm going to be back outside. But if it's like it was today, it'll be hung up tomorrow. By the way, guys, pinstriping is very subjective, okay? A lot of different artists do the same thing a lot of different ways. My methods are not the same as almost any other pinstriper I know, but the outcome is basically the same no matter which way you go. So I don't care that somebody does it different or their style is better or more unique or whatever. That's what makes this hobby so cool. There's a million different ways to do it to get the same result, and you don't get into being a pinstriper to be the same as somebody else. You get into it to do things your way, to be the artist that you want to be, to set yourself different from everybody else that you see doing it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and remember, your dreams don't work unless you do.